Hello, welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm going to challenge myself to use just the Charlotte Tilbury products that I've gathered over the last few years. I've got a few favourites and some that I haven't used for quite a long time. So, and I'm not going to use anything else. I'm going to use two products that aren't Charlotte Tilbury, just because I've got to. But other than that, I'm going to just stick with what I've got. So first of all, I'm starting with the Brightening Youth Glow. And it's supposed to be anti-aging, colour correcting and a glow booster. So I'm just going to give it a shake because I've had it for a while. And just see whether this performs. I used to use this all the time. I can't remember how I used to use it, but my goodness, do I need a little bit of colour correcting this morning. I think I do. There we go. Do I look years younger? Have I actually helped or hindered myself? Well, there's a bit of a glow, that's for sure. And I'm going to also add my Hollywood filter, which is also a glow thing, but it's all I've got in terms of coverage, so wish me luck. This is going to be, I'm going to balance it out with my Natasha Denona Hyglam concealer in P2. I'm just going to put some on my face and use it more or less as a foundation, actually. So you might be thinking, like, why am I doing this? Well, it's just that I've got these products and I just thought, well, they're not viral. They haven't gone viral, but they are rather beloved. This might be a bit off, actually. But anyway, there we go. They are rather beloved, and they have actually held up in the past. So as the summer months are approaching, and I always think of Charlotte as a sort of, for some reason, a summer months person, or at least her colourways. So that's the Hollywood Glow. And just to help me along a little bit, because I don't know, has anybody tried her foundation? How does it work? Well, I mean, obviously now I've used my I've used my fingers up until now, but I think it's brush time. Just to get a little bit of this calm down a bit, because it was a bit too glowy, but we like a glow, so that's all right. I'm going to use my makeup sponge. This was a really big makeup sponge and I cut it into 3 because I couldn't handle the size of it. And it's not a beauty blender. I think it might be e.l.f. actually. The rest of my brushes, most of them are Real Techniques, and because I used to work with Sam and Nick when they worked with Real Techniques, so I got quite a lot of brushes from there because they recommended them. The others are Eco Tools. The smaller ones that I'm going to use for detail around my eyes are Eco Tools. Right, okay. I mean, I don't know. Is that any better? I don't know. Oops. I added some contour and highlighter here, but it didn't record. Don't know why, but on we go. I'm going to use my Queen of Glow luxury palette. Now look at that, how fun is that? I had a look on Charlotte's website yesterday, and because I couldn't remember quite how you're supposed to use it, so I'm just literally going to follow what her makeup tutorial, mini makeup tutorial said on her page. So number 1, put it all over your lid. Actually, I'm sort of blending it up a bit, but I I don't know if I should do that. So these two colours feel quite similar, but this one, this darker one, number 2, apparently goes on over the top. Now, obviously, I've got quite wrinkly eyes, so we'll just see how this... It might be time for me to retire from the Charlotte Tilbury Glittery Glow products. Look. So she says blend, blend, blend. So here I am, doing as much blending as I can. There we go. Then I'll be sad if I have to stop using these products, actually, because they are really rather lovely. Then the third colour here, this darker colour here, is supposed to be, well, I'm going to put it on my outer V. She doesn't really say that on the on her tutorial, but I think I've got to sort of try and calm down what's going on. We all have to be quite realistic about what does and doesn't work, and I always say be your own makeup artist, because you know what suits you, and you can tailor whatever you want to whatever look you want to achieve and whatever suits your face. Right, now that looks like a terrible mess, so I am going to, oh, where's it gone? There's it gone. Here we go. Circular motions, just trying to blend this in a little bit better so the edges aren't so sharp. It blends beautifully, actually. Look at that. I've still got some sharp edges, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what the world tells us to do, which is to get some face powder, which I'm actually going to use in a minute, and just pop that just very lightly on the tip of the brush. I've got too much, actually. Pop it on the edges, because then it blends it out. So that gives a bit of dimension and a bit of depth, but actually now I've managed to soften the edges. It's a lot better, actually. What do you think? What I am going to do, because I've gone down too far, is I'm actually going to add some concealer to, what's the best way? This one, I think. I'm just going to add some concealer to the outside of my eye, because I've gone too far down and it drags my face down. So I'm going to try and blend that up. See? Do it very slowly. Now, is it time? Yes, I think that's done the trick, actually. Right, so that's my eyes. Now there's a fourth colour in here, and she recommends that you dip your finger, it's this one here, you dip your finger in it and then add a pop on the centre of your eyelid. I mean, that's the centre of my... Right, I've done my eyelashes. I had to use my Benefit Bad Gal Bang, because I did have the Charlotte mascara, but I didn't actually get on with it, unfortunately. I think it was the curved wand that just kept getting in my eye because of my eye shape, I think. But my brows I did with the Brow Cheat in medium brown. Good colour, this, for me anyway, fills in all my gaps. And then I use the Legendary Brows, this, which has got this tiny brush. Now what I would recommend is make sure when you first apply this from the bullet, if that's a bullet, start with, do not start at the front, start at the middle, and then get some product off and then go back in to do the beginning of your brows. It lays down quite a lot of colour on the first dab, so you might need to just be quite careful about how but it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tightline with my bedroom black liquid eyeliner, which, as you can see, I've used quite a lot of it, so I'm going to do that and then I'll come back for some powder. There we go. I think that's tight-lined enough. You can see I just lift my eyebrows. I can't do what other people do, which is to close their eyes and just put the pencil up there and somehow they get a great tight line. I can't really do that. So that's that. Next up, I'm going to get my Real Techniques brush. I'm going to, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to get a pad. Now then, this is what's left of my powder. So obviously I really used to like that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of powder in the T-zone and nowhere else, because I do want to keep that glow. So that, the shade will be down below. That's going to be, sorry about my mirror, there we go. Then I'm going to take my bronzer, which apparently is face and body. So I'm just going to add a little bit, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just add a little bit to my arms and then just tap on a little bit of bronzer. I haven't got any blush, not using any blush, can you imagine? Which is unheard of for me because I don't have any. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the highlighter, which I'm actually a bit scared of. But when I've used it, I remember last year when I bought it and I used it, I was complimented on my makeup every time I used it. And so I'm not going to not use it, am I? Let's face it. There we go, a nice bronzed glow. And then last things now, I don't have her setting spray, so I'm not going to use any. I think you've all seen me before. I don't really use anything other than another brand. But now I'm going to do my lipstick. So I've used my Pillow Talk lip cheat to outline my lips. I tend to overline a little bit, but not a lot. And I don't fill in my Cupid's bow because I look stupid. And then I'm going to use this lipstick, Walk of Shame. She might have renamed it to Walk of No Shame, or it might be a different colour, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try and use this because my eyes are so out there, basically. So I'm going to try and use something that's a little bit more calm, and it's a great colour, even though I don't seem to have used it that much, because look, the bullet's still in fairly good shape. So there you go. Does Charlotte Tilbury stand up to the test of time? I think she does. You have to sort of work it out yourself and what suits you, and I think it's rather brilliant, even though I don't have half of the products that I rely on normally. I don't have my blushes, I don't have my foundation. With the few products that I've got, I'll tell you what I will do. Shall I just do this? See, I've got some amazing, I don't want to use that one. I've got a rose gold. And I'm just going to see whether I'm actually going to ruin the whole thing. But anyway, let's see. That's the rose gold. And I'm just going to, with the tiniest brush I can find, there we go, that'll do. just going to, yeah, you can't really tell actually, look. Add it onto the centre of the lid for a bit of extra va-va-voom. Get up and glow. But I didn't need to do that, you can't actually tell. But I've got it, so I thought I'd use it. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I've got some lovely new subscribers and I welcome everyone here because this is a new channel. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you very, very soon.